I'm like, I need the money. I got bills, but I also want to be in class. So it's kind of like also stressing me out. And I feel like it wouldn't stress me out as much if the class wasn't a group project. But I just don't know. I always say it's because I'm gangsta, like every time. And I'm just like, I don't know why.
Hey everyone, this podcast that you're about to hear is so fun. I had the pleasure of interviewing Alexxis Ferguson. She is a fellow student at the University of Texas at San Antonio, and all of her responses to the questions are so exciting, so detailed, and so captivating. I had so much fun interviewing her and learning how she deals with stress, how it affects her, and how she helps her friends that are dealing with stress. So I hope you guys really enjoy this week's episode because it was so fun to make. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode. Thank you.
So hello, everyone, and welcome to the Right Mindset podcast. It is my pleasure to welcome Alexxis Ferguson to today's episode. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
So excited. I'm like, yes, I had to invite Alexxis. So could you tell us what is your name, your major, what school you go to, and any extracurricular activities you're a part of?
Yes. So hi, my name is Alexxis Ferguson. I'm a senior at the University of Texas, San Antonio. Go Runners.
Go Runners.
I'm a marketing major. I am the president of the Professional Businesswomen Society. I bowl for UTSA. And I'm also an active member in AMA, which is American Marketing Association.
Wow. How did you get interested and involved in all those different things?
So I was homeschooled, and I was homeschooled up until I was 16 because I started doing dual credit, and I was doing that at a community college. And once I started at community college, I was just like, I need to join something. I need friends. I need to do something in school. I need to have something where I can be meet people and talk. And so I had joined book club. Everything was virtual. And so whenever I transferred to UTSA and everything was going back into in-person classes, I was really on a mission to join as much as I can. And so they have this portal called Rowdy Link where you can see all the clubs, and I was just kind of going A through Z on which ones I wanted to join. Okay. And so I was like, okay, bowling, okay, Professional Businesswoman Society, okay, AMA for my my marketing degree. So I joined those because those are the ones that I'm like, they look fun, but also will help me with my professional development. So I was like, it's kind of like a 2-in-1.
No, that's great. That's really great. When I went onto the Businesswoman Society's Instagram, because you had posted that you became the president, I was like, what? I was so surprised. How did that all work out? How did you become president of the club?
Yes. So I was active in the organization for a semester. And then I think a few of the officers, they got too busy. And so they kind of had a emergency. We need some new officers. We need a marketing chair. We need, they needed 2 marketing chairs. They needed other officers. And I was just like, you know what? Let me apply. Let's just go for it. Let's see what happens. I was like, this would be great to put on my resume, great for the experience. So I applied for it and I got the position for co-marketing chair. And I was that for a semester. And then all the other officers, after that semester, they graduated. And so they was like, hey, you're the only one who's going to be here for a whole year. Do you want to be president? And I honestly wanted to say no. I had a lot on my plate and I was just like, I don't think I can be president. But I was telling my parents and they were just like, you have to go for it. How do you decline being president? And I was just like, you're right. And so I've been president this is going to be my second semester. And I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Last semester was really stressful, but I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yes.
But
we will.
It was really stressful, but it's getting everything's dying down. It's calming down. So I'm grateful to be president.
I am so proud that you have become the president, and it's just amazing. I was like blown away. I was like, wow.
Thank you.
So when assignment due dates are coming up, how do you prepare to get them done in a timely manner?
I am a big organizer. Like, I have to have everything written down. So I have a planner. Like by the month view, I have everything, like my work schedule. If I have any like plans with friends in advance, if I have any meetings, I have those down. And then they have a section where it's kind of like weekly, and I put all the assignments. So I'm like, today, this is what I'm doing for this class, so forth and so forth. And then I put the due dates, and I really try to stick to it. Of course, there's some times where I'm just like very lazy and I procrastinate, and then I go back and I'm like, I was supposed to do this like 2 days ago. But for the most part, writing it down and kind of having the satisfaction of like, you know, scratching it off, that's what really gets me going to like finish everything and not wait, because, you know, when you wait and it's the day of and that stress hits, that's a different story.
I can understand you completely because I'm the same. So my classes have like the course schedule. So I need to print that out so I can like scratch it off, because it makes me feel like I actually did something, you know?
Exactly.
So when stress kicks in, do you have any positive ways that you handle it?
Yes. So I wasn't always like this. When the stress hit, I would just break down. And the first thing now that I do is I pray. I literally just have to say, okay, I'm getting stressed. I'm feeling that anxiety come up. I'm like, hey, we're canceling these. We're rescheduling these. We'll go back to those whenever I'm done. And, you know, if you have a great friend group, then they will all understand and support you in that. So they're just like, you have to handle it. It's okay. I get that done. I also like to clean. I feel like when you clean and you're in a really like clean environment, then you just feel better. So if my room's dirty, I'm cleaning that. I'm doing a quick clean. If it is too dirty, I'm just like, hey, I can't deal with this. I like to go and do work elsewhere. So I will go to school, I'll go to the library, I'll go to a coffee shop. And then also I like to have like those friends who want to study with me, because I feel like when I'm with somebody and we're in the library together, then we're both getting our work done. And so it's kind of like, okay, we're both in this together. Like, you got my back, I got yours. Like, we're ready to go. So that's what I've been doing lately.
So this question is off topic really quick. You said you're a senior. Are you graduating this year?
I am in May. Really?
I'm graduating in the fall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. So the senioritis. Have you had the senioritis?
Girl, let me tell you. So it was December break. It was for Christmas. And I was like, I don't want to go back to school. I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to do my work. That first week, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, Lord help me. And somehow I got back into like the school, you know, like the school mindset. And so now I'm back on it. But before I was like, I don't want to do this. Has that senioritis hit you?
That break. Yes, it has. So it's just, it's because like, you know, you're so close yet so far. And then it's just like, I want to be done. I want to finish my last semester. I want to do great. But I'm just like, I kind of like set a goal, like, oh, I'm passing. But like this one, I want to do my best. No missing assignments, go to all my classes that I can, if it doesn't like conflict with work, you know, just make my last semester my best semester. So I think that goal of wanting to do that has really been my motivation so far.
That's great. And then how stressed do you feel on a daily basis during the academic year?
Oh my goodness. I feel like now, since it is my senior year, not as much, mainly because I keep telling myself like I've gotten this far. Like, I've put in the work all these other semesters. This will not be the semester that takes me out. It will not be the final semester that takes me out. And I do have a lot, like, on a daily basis that's just in my mind. But I'm thinking, like, okay, I've done this before. I've had, like, more stressful semesters. This one's kind of crazy still. Like, I tell people my schedule and they're just like, oh, this is what you do. And I'm just like, yes. But I think I'm just like, okay, we did it those past semesters. We've learned from that. This semester will be okay. And then, like, how stressed I get, it's just mainly when it's like midterms and finals. Like midterms, or when it's like the first exams coming up and I'm like, now I have to really apply all that I know. That's when I'm just like, that's when I start like, okay. Yeah, that's when finals and exams, and that's when it gets me.
Girl, let me tell you. And I think it was last year in the fall, I was taking a health class. So I'm a communication major, but health was my elective. And girl, oh my goodness, we could not use any notes, no book, nothing. 9 chapters we had to read. Okay. And it was covering all that on the test. Yes. And I could not use any notes. I was crying. My head hurt because I was studying so much. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was stressful for me. Okay.
I had an experience like that.
Okay.
It was crazy. So I took I took finance last semester, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Finance last semester. I took it in person. And I was really excited to take it in person because I learn better when I am in person. But for some reason, like, our class, like our availability classes are really slim. Like, for one class, there'll only be like maybe like 4 options. And then they're just at the wonkiest time, or they're online. And so this one was in person. I was like, okay, this is finance. My strongest suit is not math. So I was like, let me go take it in person. I feel like I would have done better online. My professor, he just read off the PowerPoint and he didn't actually teach the concepts or teach you how to use the financial calculator or teach you how to solve it. It was pretty much reading it. And then he would like write it down really fast or type it in the calculator really fast. And he would be like, here's how you solve it. And so when it was time for exams, I was using everything off of Excel because that's how I did the homework, because that's how the homework showed you. The homework showed you how to use Excel. Test comes along and he's like, you're not going to be able to use Excel. You need to just use the financial calculator. I was so stressed. I was so stressed. I was just like, wow, this is not going to do good. And so I was literally on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere trying to figure out how to use a financial calculator. My brother came over and like kind of gave me like a step-by-step. I had friends kind of being like, hey, like, don't forget to use this, da 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 da. And it was stressful. I was telling my dad, because I was like, I have a good grade in this class right now based on the homework and, you know, those like small assignments. But I was like, this test may take me out. Like, this test may be the one where I'm just like, we'll have to see. I did pass.
Good. Yes. Yay. Amen.
Thank you, God. But it was really stressful because I was waiting for that final grade to come in. Like, I hate when it comes down to the final grade. Like, I want to already be set in stone. Yeah. So when it went to the final grade and I was looking and I was like, I passed. I was just like, that winter break, I was just like, I don't even want to open Canvas. I don't want to open anything. Like, it was super stressful.
I feel like when you pass a test during a break, like before a break, if you pass it with a good grade, you're like, okay, I can enjoy my break now. You know?
Yes, exactly.
That's how I feel. I'm like, if I fail, I can't enjoy my break. I can't do anything. I'm going to be sad until the next semester.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
So how does stress affect you? Does it make you sad? Does it make you angry? Like, how does it affect you?
I'm definitely the type of person where I just get really like aggravated and I'm just like, I just can't right now. It's like the stress takes such a toll on me that I'm like, I don't want to be around anybody. I just want to handle everything myself. And so, like, going back to your question previously, when you was like, how do I handle it in a positive way? I have to force myself to be around my loved ones, because if not, I will literally stay in my room and just thug it out. I will just do it myself. I will handle it myself. If I have 1,000 assignments to do, you will not see me until those 1,000 assignments are done. So that's the type of person I am. And based on that, that's why I'm like, I have to force myself to get out of my room unless I want to stay in my room. So I'm definitely the one that shuts down. Like, I will be happy, on social media, active, doing stuff. And then as soon as that hits, I'm like, you will not hear from me. I'm done. I'm in my room. I'm working hard.
So based off that question, of your response, how well do you think you cope with stress?
Oh, goodness. I would definitely say that I've improved a lot. Before, it wasn't the best. I actually hit this like period of my life where it took me to a point where I was depressed and I was going to therapy and I was just trying to figure out what it was. And my therapist was basically like, you're a perfectionist and this is not going to get you anywhere because you're trying to be perfect. You're not perfect. And I was grateful to go to a therapy where it was Christian based. Amen. So she was kind of reading me the scriptures and she was like, you're not perfect. Who is perfect? You need to go to him. And kind of had to put that in my mindset, like, not everything's gonna go the way that I want it to go. And so I had to accept that. And I was just like, just praying to God. And I'm like, please, just whatever your will is, just let me know. I will do it. I will not stress so much on the stuff that I can't control. It would be like I would do bad on a test or something and it would just put me into a spiral, and then I started questioning my self-worth, am I even meant for college? Am I even going to do things after college with this degree if I can't do this? And I had to kind of get into the mindset like, hey girl, you can't control that. You failed one test. Like, why are you gonna lay in bed over this? You can't go back, you can't redo it, and learn from it. Keep pushing. You're meant for this. And then reading the Bible helped. And just knowing that, like, I had a really great support system. So I would rant to my parents and they would just be affirming, like, this is what the Lord says, we love you. We're here for you. We're here to help you no matter what. And so that kind of helped me cope, because at first I was just like shutting down. I was complete shutting down. And when I was shutting down, I kind of realized, I wasn't getting anything done. I'm shutting down. I'm not getting anything done. Now I'm even more stressed. So I was just like, there has to be something else. This is not working. So that definitely, from past experience, I was just like, we have to figure something else. We got to do something else. And it's been working now. Me coping with stress is kind of just like, I'm just like, okay, what are our steps? We're going to pray. Amen. We're going to take some time, read the Bible about it, get into Bible study. I'm thinking like, have I been reading the Bible? Maybe this is why I'm stressed. And then I'm like, okay, let me, do my to-do list. Let me just relax. Let me clean. Let me go out and just take a walk. Exercise has really helped. I haven't exercised in a while, but I do know when I would go to the gym, like the days I would be stressed, I felt so much better. And then I would come home and I would be able to knock out so many assignments, because I would like get into the panic state and then I would shut down and then I'm just like in bed for a bit doing nothing. I'm just like, oh, I can't right now. And then I would just try to like complete everything, but my brain would be foggy. I wouldn't be in the right mindset. So I had to really like, okay, we need to get in the right mindset first. And we're going to get anything done and it's going to be good quality.
And guess what? You said the title of my podcast. You have to be in the right mindset. The
right mind. Yes, exactly.
And I would have to say that it's like great that, you turn to the Lord when you have stress, because he's the only one that can really fix it. And the fact that you got a Christian therapist is even better, and you have your family to help you as well. That's great. And, I'm a Christian as well. So I believe that reading the Bible helps. It really does. Because whenever I'm stressed, I get on my knees. Whenever I'm nervous, I get on my knees and pray. And I do notice that it does help. And like opposed to like getting on my phone to fix it or anything else, So it's great that you have, God to help you and that you acknowledge him through that, So.
Yes.
So what are some things that stress you out the most in your current academic context?
Yes. So right now, I would say group projects, just because now not only am I relying on myself to get this done, I'm relying on other people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want this good grade. I want to do the work.
That's me.
You want to do the work too. And I also work. And so the times that I have night classes. And so the times that I have night classes, I sometimes work, and I'm trying to balance that so that I'm there in the class for those projects so that I can be there. I can be present. I can work on it. But I'm just like, a lot just happening. And it's just like Thursday night. So I have 6 to 7:15 p.m. classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on Thursdays, I have 7:30 to 8:45. And the Thursday nights, I get scheduled the most for events because I'm a marketing associate at a math learning place. And so they schedule me for events. And I'm like, I need the money. I got bills, but I also want to be in class. So it's kind of like also stressing me out. And I feel like it wouldn't stress me out as much if the class wasn't a group project, like if it was just like me on myself. But now that I'm like, people are relying on me, I have to rely on others, but I'm also trying to work. It's just, that's been something I've been thinking about lately. Funny that you asked. I've just been like, this is a lot happening. Because I look at the syllabus and I'm like, okay, this is when we're going to be doing this. And this is when we're going to be doing this. But they scheduled me for this. I need to make sure that I'm in class at that time. And I'm just trying to run around, and I've been trying to prioritize the job that I have that I'm hoping to keep and hopefully grow into that role after I graduate, or the class that I'm in that I need to pass to graduate. And I'm just like, they're together. I can't put one higher than the other. So it's definitely been stressful. That has been stressful. Yeah.
So let me tell you something really quick. I'm the same way you are when it comes to group projects. I kind of get a little selfish, and I'm just like, I want to do it by myself because I feel like other people can't do it to my level. And I'm not trying to fail. And I don't like when people wait until the last minute to get it done. I'm just like, come on, everybody, let's get our part done early so that we don't have to be, stressing later,
Exactly.
So I get a little bit upset, but I'm just like, Lord, help me calm down. You gave me these people for a reason in my group. Yeah. So let me just let them do their thing. But I do get a little annoyed and frustrated because I want it done when I want it done, But
yes,
I totally
That's exactly how I feel. That's going to be my new prayer. Like, Lord, you gave me these partners.
Amen.
Enough said.
So you talked about finals week, and we are going to get into that because here's the question for you. What does finals week look like for you?
Okay, so last finals week, the whole finance class situation, I was in the library day and night.
Oh, wow.
Day and night. I was studying, and I would come home. I try to come home and study, and then I would get in my room, and I'll be like, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. It's been a long day. So I had to really I was like, I'm going to book a study room. I would let my friends know. I'm like, hey, if you want to study, this is where I will be at. This is the study room. You can be there, be square. I don't care, but I'll be there. Okay. And so I would study. I would study. I would take breaks and then kind of, do the, scroll on the Instagram, get a little snack. But my finals week was me really stressed and studying and then not understanding the concepts and then being even more stressed and studying even more until I was just like, okay, we're going to take it. I was studying until the last minute. I should have just been studying the whole way through. But whenever I found out that my professor was like, you're not using Excel, you're using the calculator. I was just like, oh, okay. And so after that, I was like, study. And I was just so stressed that sometimes when my friends would come into the study room and they started talking to me, because I would have my headphones on, and then they would start talking to me and I had to do, one of those, like, what did you say?
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Ugh, maybe I shouldn't have invited you. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, don't you know that I'm on the verge of tears? Please." So I had to like really, I'm like, okay, you're going to study as much as you can. You're going to do your best. And then that's all you can do. Like, that's all you can do. You're not going to become a finance whiz and by the end. So you at least should know, the basics and go from there and, do as much as you can, learn as much as you can. But once I got into the mindset, that I was just like, okay, I'm just going to try to do my best. Then
because you don't want to burn out.
Yes, I was literally like about to burn out. And I was just like, I can't burn out. I have 4 other like finals.
Yep.
This is one final. Like, I have 4 other finals. So I was just like, oh, okay. And then I found myself like, whenever I would invite other people to the study room, and then they would be like trying to talk, or people wanted to hang out, and I'm just like, I have to study. What do you mean? And once I started getting like that, I was like, okay, let's take some time and like, let's reflect. Because why am I being mad? Why am I angry at you? You didn't do anything. You just want to go. You just want to go bowling. Like, why am I angry? I was like, okay, pause. Okay, Alexxis, what's going on? What's going on?
You gotta calm down. Keep your mind in the right. In the right.
Yes, exactly.
So when your friends are stressed out, what do you do to help them?
I'm definitely the friend that's like, what can I do for you? What can I do? Do you need anything? Do you need water? Do you want me to, help you go through this concept? Like, I'm just like, do you need anything? Like, I want to be there for them because I feel like subconsciously, that's what I need when I'm stressed. Like, even though I don't admit that, like, I need people there because I'm really bad at like expressing my feelings and telling people like instead of me being like, I would really enjoy if you came to study with me because then it would help me focus. I'm just like, hey, study room's open. Come on in. So I think like for me, since I'm the type of person that would want someone to be like, hey, can I get you anything? Do you need me to go get you a Scantron so you don't have to worry about walking to the library? Or do you want to go study for like 2 hours, get lunch, and then we can revisit the topics? I try to be that person for them, just so I'm just like, whatever you need, I'm here for you. Like, if you need me to read it and ask you questions over your notes, I'm here for you. And even though I could be like deep down into my own stuff and just be so stressed out with my own stuff, I'm still the type of person that's like, you know what? I can give you 30 minutes. I can give you 30 minutes and help you out. And I think it also, like, even when I do that, I feel like it actually helps my stress because then I'm like, okay, I'm not even worried about myself right now. Like, I'm worried about somebody else. And, seeing them succeed helps me. Like, okay, you got this. We got this. We both got this. And I think that really helps me. So I think my friends, when they're stressed, I'm just like, hey, girly pop, whatever you need, I got you. Because little do you know, this is helping me too.
So why do you think it's hard for you to express like what you said, like, hey, this will help me study if you come study with me? Like, why do you think it's hard for you to say that?
I don't know. I just never been the type to be like, oh my gosh, we're the bestest friends. And I actually had this conversation with my friend the other day because a couple of my friends, like my childhood friend and then my college friend, like they all met each other. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, oh my closest friends. And I was telling them and I was like, yeah, like, I know I don't say this enough, but I really do appreciate you guys. And I really do care. And I love you guys. And I was like, I don't know. It's just like so hard for me to say that. And then my friend was like, well, I kind of see it like I can see your love in other ways, like your acts of services. And so I think I'm trying to work more on like being the vocal type, but like in the meantime, that's why I'm just like, what can I do for you? Let me help you so that they can know that I'm there for them. But I just don't know. I always say it's because I'm gangsta. Like every time, like I tell my boyfriend, like my boyfriend is very much like, I love you, I appreciate you, you know, words of affirmation, and I'm just like, thanks, partner, love you, hand heart, and he's just like. And I'm just like, I don't know why, but I'm working on it.
That's good.
I'm definitely working on it.
That's good. And then do you have any positive advice to any students that are currently going through stress?
Yes, absolutely. So the things I've been telling my friends right now is that your journey and where you are right now does not define who you are as a person. If you fail a class, if you fail an exam, if you want to change your major, if you didn't do as well as you wanted to, that doesn't determine who you are, because you're never going to be perfect and you're never going to have everything set together. You're never going to have a straight path to your journey or your career. So you just kind of have to take that and enjoy the journey. Like, you failed that one exam. Okay, it's gonna suck. I will admit, it's gonna suck. You will have, you know, the kind of like, wow, like, I don't know if I can do this, but you just need to take some time and be like, you have the passion for this. You've gotten this far. You can go even farther. It's okay. Like, it does not end at a fail exam. And I think I read like a sticky note. It was like finals week, and UTSA had like cute little sticky notes. And it kind of, one of them basically said like, a fail exam is not the end of the world. And that really got me, because I was like, it's not the end of the world. Like, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Their journey's not your journey. Some people are faster, some people are slower. But every person's destination is different. So it doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you keep going. And I'm saying that because I'm also like telling myself this as I say it. Like, okay, Alexxis, no matter how long it takes you to get there, as long as you keep pushing, that's all that matters.
You can do it. You can do it.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for joining me on today's podcast. It was super fun. You gave really great responses. I enjoyed talking to you and understanding how stress affects you, how you give positive advice to your friends, and how you deal with it positively. So thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode. And yeah.
Wasn't that episode fun? I thought it was. It was my favorite out of all the ones that I filmed. I just really enjoyed getting to sit down with Alexxis Ferguson and chit chat with her about stress, how it affects her, and how she encourages her friends. One thing you guys can take away is just to not sit in that stress and do something that you like to take your mind off of it. So if you know you have an assignment due soon, don't just sit in front of your screen, because you're not going to want to do it and it'll just make you more stressed. So just get up, take your mind off of it, do something else, and then come back. Get excited for next week's episode. My guest is super cool, and I can't wait to interview him to learn how stress affects him, how he handles it in a positive way, and how he encourages his friends going through it. I'm going out of my comfort zone with this one, but I'm excited. So I'll see you next week. Bye!